What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Horror Heads podcast. I am Rich Mallery here with my co-host Jerry Lourenco.
Fucking going up tonight, Rich.
Hell yeah, this is our season finale, and like we always do about this time, we like to end the year really strong with a little cocktail party. We invite some of our favorite guests on, and we do some drinking, talk about some holiday movies. So super stoked to get into that. You can follow us on Instagram at horrorheadspodcast or email us your love and hate to horrorheadspodcast@gmail.com. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, you could also watch the video on YouTube where you could see in real time how fucked up we all get. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, you'll see there are two people both beneath Jerry and myself. We have two guests. We brought back two of our really good friends, some amazing guests we had on this year. We have JOSH SPERO right here, author JOSH SPERO, and we have model, actress, artist FAWN WINTERS is here. So thanks, guys, for joining us.
Our pleasure. Are you kidding me?
All right, it's cool. Yeah, we had you both on earlier this year. It's been a minute since we kind of connected with you. So FAWN, like, let us know kind of what's been going on since we last talked. What have you been up to?
Well, I just went up to the mountains to shoot a found footage horror film, Bring Back
Hell
My
yeah.
Baby. So hopefully that'll be out next year.
That's a good
And
title. I like that title.
Yeah, love
Bring
it.
Back My Baby.
okay, everyone was saying Bring Back My Baby Back Ribs or whatever. They were saying
Damn.
that.
You know what? Now I don't like it
Now my head
anymore.
went there. Yeah.
I ruined it.
I did like it, the title till then. What's
I was
the
like, man,
premise?
that's an evil title. And now I'm like, baby back ribs. Sorry, go
It's
ahead.
gonna make you hungry.
What's the premise on that?
So basically, my boyfriend dies, and I'm trying to bring him back, and I conjure up all this evil kind of stuff. A lot of good scenes of me crawling around on the floor,
Perfect.
that good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
How was it shooting something found footage? Because was it a very different experience than some of the other films you've done, or?
Definitely. We were lucky to have a really awesome DP who would like basically be my hands when I'm supposed to be holding, because it's a different experience for me. Like I'm in my character, so to actually be like, oh, I have to get a good shot too, it kind of brings you out. So he was a big help. Shout out Ryan.
Cool. Okay, so that what else? What else do you have going up?
So also, it's out now. I did a really cool music video with Fear. They're like an old school punk band. It's called The
Hmm.
Last Time. I have like cool prosthetic butthole eyes, and I'm spitting out black stuff. So
Okay. Wow, that's wild that Fear is still making music. They were
Yeah,
from
man.
the early
Wow.
80s, right?
yeah, Lee was really cool. He he was a sweet guy. He was fun to work with.
That's
Wait,
very
can we
cool.
do a fun fact? Let's do a fun fact. What movie was Leaving in?
Oh, I don't know.
Come
Uh,
on, you
uh,
guys know it. You guys
uh,
just didn't realize.
oh,
I don't know.
don't know. Go ahead.
Clue.
Oh my God.
You got to save this till wait till we pour and
Damn.
we can make drinking
Damn,
games
man.
out of this
Shit,
stuff.
man. I'm gonna have to owe you a sip on that one. Shit.
And, and Fawn, I heard you also have a movie that just came out on Tubi about a week ago.
Yes, Feral is out on Roku channel and Tubi, so please watch it. We're very excited it's out finally.
Yeah, Fawn has starred in three of my films: We Are Wolves, Made Droid Origins, and now Feral. So that's how I know Fawn. We've worked together a bunch. So cool. It's really exciting. So Bring Back My Baby. I think I got that right. And new music video. Very cool. Josh, last time you had you on, I believe your book just came out. So tell us a
Yep.
little bit about that, how that went, and kind of what you've been doing since then.
I don't want to go after Fawn. She's cool.
All
I'm not nearly as cool.
right, forget it. We'll move on.
All right. Just like that. No, yeah, book two came out this year, or this past year, September 16th. Got an amazing reception, and I had over 100 ARC readers, and all of them said that book two was like mind-bogglingly better than book one. And book one, like they all loved, but they're like, yeah, book two, like I'm just kind of coming into my writing. And already writing book three. Book three is going to blow the doors off of everything you think you know. It's really exciting. We just did a 4-hour think tank with my crew, and we had goosebumps on top of goosebumps on top of goosebumps. So, some really, really exciting stuff is happening. This is going to be the year of Halloween. Mark my words.
Yeah, so that's the title of, are both books Halloween or just?
Yeah, book 1 is Halloween. Book 2 is It's Halloween again. And we're still to be determined for the title of book 3.
And is that
But
also going to be short stories, like an anthology, or?
yeah, but I mean, like the middle story in book 2 is like a 92 page, so it's almost like a novella in itself. So it's definitely getting longer and bigger and more elaborate and more fun. And you may or may not find out that many, if not almost all of these worlds are hugely intertwined. But you won't find that out till later. Spoiler alert.
The Josh Sparrow universe. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. Well, again, great to have you back on. Just so we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about 2 films in particular. We're going to talk about some Jack Frost from 1997, and we're going to talk about the classic Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1984. We'll probably talk about some other stuff like favorite holiday horror films as well. But as you know, what we usually do here, what we are known for is the drinking, and I want to kind of get right to that because it is a Wednesday night, and I want to get going. Yeah, let's turn up. So what does everybody got tonight? So Fawn, I see you got a White Claw there. What is the flavor of this White Claw with the straw?
This one's my favorite. I know when we start chugging, I'll have to take the straw out, but natural lime. I got a few
Natural.
more lined up too.
Okay, so Fawn's drinking the White Claw natural lime. I know Josh has a bottle of something I saw it earlier. It is the
Jameson.
Jameson Black Barrel. I'm a big
Oh,
fan
Jameson,
of JMO.
nice.
I like that.
Do you
Jerry,
have
what do you got
pickles?
there? Wait, what'd you say,
it-
Fawn?
Do you have pickles? A pickleback shot.
Ooh,
Ooh, that sounds
whoa.
amazing. I wish
What
I did.
actually is a pickleback shot? Because I've never had one, but I've heard the term.
Pickle juice.
Mm-hmm.
Pickle
Pickle
juice and
Juice and
whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And that's
takes away
good.
the taste. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, all right, Jerry, what do you got?
I am concocting an old fashioned as we speak.
Oh shit, Jerry's mixing it up.
It is.
What do you?
It's a cocktail
Yeah.
party, so I am making a Maker's Mark old fashioned. I'm stirring all the accoutrement together right now.
Okay. And I have something very special that Jerry would like. I have the
What?
cutty tonight.
Yeah.
What is
I think it's
that?
heavy as fuck. It is
Oh my
like
God.
really, it's pretty cheap blended Scotch whiskey. I've actually never had it before, but Jerry kind of was
No.
drinking it recently, and we're drinking the Cuddy Sark right here. Is
Yeah.
a
It's
big
like
Challenge to finish the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, I'd be dead. I couldn't find.
So-
I can never find it in like a regular bottle. I can only
It doesn't
find
come
it
in a little bottle. I mean, it's like grandpa's whiskey. So anyone who ever like stole like liquor from a cabinet when you were like really young and it was like your grandparents' house, that's probably what you were drinking. So
Ew.
It's this. Yeah, it smells like grandpa's. What it smells like. I'm gonna pour this right now, right over
grandpa
here.
and depression, I think is what it sounds like.
So
Oh,
like,
man.
I spilled some on my table, and it's already taking the paint off of my table. So,
Oh yeah, you have
this
to
is-
wipe it off immediately, dude. I'm not kidding. Otherwise, you have to bring that in.
All right, paint dinner.
Get it
All right, so
refinished.
everybody, happy holidays. Let's cheers, everybody. Let's take a sip.
Happy holidays.
All right. Oh, Josh has the big ice cube. Nice.
I thought about that, but I was thinking I may have to make a few of these tonight. So
So okay, I'm gonna talk about. I'm trying to like. I want to talk about the Cuddy.
yeah, go
No,
ahead.
I mean, look, it tastes like a it tastes like a J&B or like a blended Scotch. It's very alcohol forward. And my breath is gonna definitely light up the room in like 2 seconds because it's like fire. But no, it's good. It's not bad. I could. It's like grimace. I think I could drink
Cigarette
this.
lighter and fire's gonna come out.
Oh man! All right, so that's the Cuddy. Fawn, tell us about this White Claw you got there. What is it? Lime. I mean,
Natural lime. I think a lot better and smoother than the Cuddy. Just tastes like lime soda, little alcohol.
okay, just a little. All right, and Josh, tell us about the Black Barrel. What does it taste like?
It's good, man. You know I like my sweeter whiskeys. This definitely has like a vanilla or caramely kind of finish. A little bit sweeter. Almost, it's like warm though. It's like almost like a bourbon, even though it's not. So it's good. I like it. First time I've had it, actually. It was gifted to me, so
Oh.
I said, why not? Podcast, new whiskey. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, some of the different like Jamesons are really good. Like the ones that are in like the beer barrels. There's like an IPA one that's really good. I've had the Black Barrel one that's really good too. Yeah, man, this Cuddy, I don't know. It's
Hey,
good.
come on, man. It's awesome. I'm almost done with mine. Come on, dude.
You know what? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably gonna be my new thing, just because I just want to order it. I just
Yeah,
like.
you
I
just
feel
gotta
like if
get
you order
through,
this at the
like,
bar, they think you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why you order it? So I want to get into it.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
have
get
to go in
into
the
it.
basement to get it though. That's the problem. And dust it off for a second. You know.
So Jerry, you got the old fashioned there. Let's tell us about it.
I got
So
the old
so
fashioned.
what'd you put in it? Like, what are
Yeah.
your
So I got the Maker's Mark. I got the
Makers
simple
is good for
syrup.
an old fashioned, I think.
I got the Nostro's bitters, and then there's a little orange in here that I squeezed, and then I stirred it for about 15 seconds, and this is what we got. It's really nice. I like my old fashions to taste like Christmas trees, so there's a lot of bitters in there, and just a little sweetness. I just put a little splash of the simple syrup, but yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
good.
use that instead of sugar. Nice.
Yeah. I have a like it's a bottle here. I'm sorry, I'm opposite here. It's just a bottle.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so now that we got our drinks poured, like let's start drinking and let's start talking about some movies. So we're gonna talk about Jack Frost from 1997.
Yeah,
The
Rich, I'm
Killer
glad you said that. Since we're
Oh,
talking about
fuck you.
1997, why don't we just kick this off before we even talk about this movie with a little drinking game? Since you said the
Oh,
word
no.
1997 for some
Oh,
reason.
You know what? I don't really want to talk about the movie anyway. So like, I have nothing to say. Yeah, let's get into the drinking game. What do you got?
This might be a classic. Fawn, I think might have played this one in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, I'm not quite sure if you played this one, but I'm gonna let this be a little more collaborative because I think it's gonna hurt more than it's gonna help. So it's gonna be basically you three against me, and we're gonna play this game, and it's a great one. It's called Was It 1997?
Okay.
So
I usually
mean,
do really good at these for the first three questions, and then it goes off the rails. Like just when it looks like I know everything, I know nothing.
We did
So, yeah.
awful last time.
yeah,
Yes,
you
we
guys
did do
did
awful.
pretty bad. I think you lost like 6 out of 8, I think. But
Hey, we got
that's
two right.
because I
though.
let you pair up.
Can I get new team members, please?
Phone a friend.
But you could talk about it. No one Googles. You guys got to answer, come to some sort of conclusion pretty quick. I don't want anyone Googling. We got to keep it fair. There's only one sip on the line for the first few, and then maybe we'll up the odds as things go up. So
I need a few sips because I'm nervous.
there you go. All right. Is everyone down to play? I need everyone's consent right now. Okay. So
You
Rich,
have my consent, sir.
Rich, let legal know that everyone
right.
gave consent. And
I'm emailing the
let's
form
play.
now.
That's it. All right, here we go. Was it 1997? I'm going to start off with a banger right now. The Craft.
Oh, this was my movie too.
Come on, Fawn, you picked this one.
Fawn, I totally threw this right at you because I wanted to like fuck with you all.
Yeah, so last time we had Fawn on the show, one of the movies she chose to talk about was The Craft. And
Yeah.
if she doesn't know the year, I probably mentioned it multiple times in the episode, but we did.
So was it 1997?
We
You
did
guys
get
got to
drunk.
answer. Come on.
No.
I don't think so. There's no way. 97, I'm going to age myself right now, was 3 years before I graduated high school. I don't think it came out that early. I would say like maybe 99, 2000.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead, Rich.
You know, I
just
actually
lock in.
I actually do think it was 97,
Lord.
but there's
You guys need to
you
come
guys
to a
outnumber
decision.
me. You guys outnumber me, so I'm going to go with you both, and I'm going to say no.
Okay, you guys are correct. It was actually 1996.
I was
How does
wrong.
that blow your mind, Josh? Josh, does that blow your mind? It's before. It's before.
Samsonite. I was way off.
Okay, so
All right.
don't listen to me. Don't listen to Josh.
No.
Listen to
I'm,
Fawn.
Listen, I'm just throwing movies to fuck with
To
you.
be
'cause
fair, that was my movie, so that would have been sad if I got it wrong.
you nailed it, but I don't know about this one because I'm really just picking like these very nostalgia movies that you feel like you know exactly when it came out, but maybe you don't. So the next movie is Scream 2.
All right, so I believe Scream 1, which I actually watched yesterday for some reason, is 1996. So it would make me think that Scream 2 would be 97.
1 year to
If
make.
Yeah, I think they churned it out pretty quickly. So that's my. Although wait, it did come out I think Scream came out around Christmas time.
What do you guys got?
I'm going to say
Googling.
no.
I'll
I'll
go
say
no.
no.
I'll go
say
no.
I'll
Yeah,
say
I'll go no.
You guys
Yeah,
going no?
I think
I'll
it's
go,
like
I'll go 19 or
1998.
99.
Yeah.
All right. All right. It's 1997. Everyone take a sip.
Oh my God!
All right, you know
got
what?
it, Rich. I'm not going to doubt you anymore.
Don't question me, Josh.
You got the first one wrong.
1 year to make, the first one's warm up. It doesn't count.
yeah. That's a warm up. All right, let's go to this next one. Ready? All right. Was it 1997? And the movie is everyone's favorite, Wishmaster.
I've never seen that.
Wishmaster was way before 97, dude. The first Wishmaster?
The first Wishmaster.
I watched that when I was a kid. I know. There's no way. Well, I'm wrong on everything. So.
Yeah, you. When did you get the first one right? Let's see. I did watch Wishmaster last year. It is awful. I'm gonna say it's not 97 too.
All right.
I'll go with you guys.
All right, it's actually 1997.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not, man.
We're not listening to Josh.
Listen, I check IMDb and Wikipedia, so I always back back everything up.
Fake news.
I back
All
everything
right, you know
up.
what? I'm not listening to anybody. I'm just using my gut, and
that's
I'm
it.
making the decision.
That's it. The Santa outfit's working for me. It's
this hat. Maybe it's just tight.
I feel it. You're not thinking right.
Okay.
All right, ready? Gonna screw you guys up again, so you can all argue. I know what you did last summer.
Oh.
Okay, so if Scream was 96, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say it came a year after Scream.
I feel like it came a year later.
All right, you guys are right. Finally.
All right. See, listen to me. I know everything.
Half the time.
Yeah, well, 50-50 odds are better than Vegas odds.
All right, you guys doing all right. I wouldn't say you're doing excellent. You're just doing okay.
A little, but I think we're doing pretty good.
Better than last time. I'm happy.
You got like a C right now. Let's see if you could kind of move that up. Here's one of my favorite films, From Dusk Till Dawn.
I'm gonna say 96. I'm gonna say no.
I say no too.
Josh, you want to derail us?
But I might disagree, but I'll go with the crowd.
Stick with the crowd. It was actually 1996, so it's not 1997.
Oh, then my cat just ran right by. That was crazy. That scared the shit out of me.
All right, things are turning around. My old fashioned is going down a bit. I'm getting
so
nervous.
we're C to a B minus now. We got a B minus. That's good.
But I'm gonna fuck you with this one. Ready? An American Werewolf in Paris.
Oh, you had to go Paris.
Never seen it.
Yeah. Who watched that? No one. You didn't like it though.
It was very different from
different. Yeah, it's definitely different. What do you all think?
I haven't seen it. Josh, I'll go with Josh's answer.
It seems like the right era. I mean, if not, it's like off by a year. I'll say yes.
You guys locking that in?
Let's go with it. Lock it in.
Right.
Yes.
Fuck, man. Are you guys are coming back?
All right. We're up to a B.
Right. Let's go.
All right. So,
Fawn, that's what we needed. We just needed Josh. If we had Josh last time.
If you remember last time I was on, I dominated that guessing game.
You did well. I remember
Dominated.
that. I remember that. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit of progressive here. So we're gonna double it, and then we're gonna double it again for the last two. So this next one is worth 2 sips.
Okay, we got to get this one. This is where it counts.
So yeah, this is where the numbers are gonna get really high, really fast.
I don't want 2 sips of Cuddy, so let's get this.
Okay, was it 1997? Halloween H2O.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say 98.
I'll go.
Wait,
no.
oh no, hold on.
Oh.
It's 20 years after Halloween, which was 1977. So I'm going to say it is 97.
My gut said no, but I haven't seen it. So I'll change my answer to the crowd.
Wait, hold on. Was Halloween? No, Halloween was 78.
Halloween wasn't 77.
It was 78. It was 78. So yeah, it's 1998. So no, say no.
I want to say no. I say 1998.
That was my.
All right,
guess.
you guys are right. I was like, man, if they don't know when Halloween came out, I got them. But you guys did know.
Good question. All right. All right. So here we go. We got this. Like this is nothing. Like
all right. So now I'm losing.
Jerry's gonna be tanked.
Yeah, well,
What else is new?
you you don't know what's next, so it's all right. I'm probably gonna lose that too. All right, so this is it. This is the final question, and as I mentioned, we're gonna do progressive, so we're gonna double it again. So this is for four
Oh,
sips,
this is gonna kill me.
and I'm hitting that nostalgia with all these. The '90s was a great time for weird horror, and this is no different. So was it 1997 Urban Legend? Jared
Let's
Leto's
see.
epitome of acting.
So again, Scream '96.
I feel like it was the same time.
It came after Scream for sure. Just was it a year after Scream or 2 years? I'm gonna say it's a '98 because after Scream they
That
just made a
feels
shit ton
right.
of these fucking
That
movies.
that feels in my gut correct.
Feels right. Go with the crowd.
All right, let's do it. Lock it in.
So you're saying
98. It's a no.
You're fucking right. Damn it.
Yes.
Oh, this is the worst drinking game ever. All right, you guys moved up to an A. Very good.
Woo!
I
All
got
right,
a
we
D
won.
minus as usual. I'll take
It's all
my 4
strategy.
sips.
It's all
All
strategy.
right,
You
go
gotta
ahead.
anchor on Scream.
Get to your
Okay,
fucking
so
movie now, Rich.
all right, wait. Before we get
What?
to this movie, I do have a question for everybody before we get to Jack Frost.
Okay.
And if you guys get it right, I will do 3 sips. If no one gets it right, because there's 3 of you,
Mm.
you each gotta do 3 sips. Okay.
Damn, man.
So-
I'm just doing
That's
4.
9 sips to 3. Jeez.
No, I'm gonna do 3. It's three for everybody. 3 sips. 3 sips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman?
No,
Yeah,
no!
All right,
so-
all right, snowballs. All right.
That's it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, they mentioned that joke 3 times in Jack Frost, and I had to see if you guys were paying attention. Cool. So we're talking about Jack Frost from 1997, the killer snowman movie. I'm going to give the plot really quick. After an accident that left murderer Jack Frost dead in genetic material, he returns as a murderous snowman to exact his revenge on the man who sent him to be executed. And basically, what happens is it's a prison transfer. They're taking Jack Frost to be executed. Of course, the prisoner van that he's in, gets into some kind of accident. And of course, the accident happens next to some kind of chemical that turns him into basically water, where Jack Frost can now become snow, and he decides to become a snowman and kills various people in this kind of podunk town. One thing about this movie, I do watch it every year, not because I like it, because I forget that I don't like it. So like I'm a fan of these like campy movies and things like that. Like I actually love this genre real. This one is like I just wish it went was a little just more kind of campy, but it is pretty campy. Look, it's a killer snowman. It looks really cheap. And one thing I actually read that I didn't know is originally this was supposed to be a $30 million budget. It was going to be like an action thriller with all kinds of crazy visual effects.
Damn.
And what ended up happening was that $30 million was subtracted to about half a million. And they decided, you know what, we can't make the big budget action movie anymore. Let's make a really goofy kind of horror movie and lean into it. And the only kind of, they instead of making this crazy snowman, they made this really cheap snowman that they couldn't even really move. It just kind of like sits there. So that's kind of one of the reasons why the movie kind of just looks, really kind of poor and goofy. But look, it's a fun movie. It's a killer fucking snowman, right? Like that just kind of stalks this town, and like some of the kills are pretty crazy and pretty wild. You gotta kind of let go. The effects are basically here's the thing I'll say. The makeup is actually pretty good when they do some of the makeup effects, but the actual effects on the snowman, like making the snowman move and stuff like that, looks really kind of goofy and hokey. And again, I think they just had trouble moving this gigantic fucking thing. But look, it's a fun movie. It is what it is. Like I do watch it every year. So Fawn picked this one. I don't think you ever seen it, but you just decided let's do this movie because you thought it would be fun. So what'd you think of it, seeing it for the first time?
I loved it. I haven't ever really watched like holiday or Christmas theme horror movies. I'm gonna watch this one every year. I thought it was so funny. I thought it was campy. And to kind of piggyback off what you were saying, I read that the budget was cut, but they also filmed this here during a drought, so there was no snow. and they used like cotton balls and foam, and they didn't have the money to replace it. So they had to like clean it off if it got dirty to like rebuild the snowman. So just knowing that, I'm like, yeah, like the makeup was cool. And I thought some of the ways they were doing the killings was creative. Like I've never seen an axe being shoved down someone's throat like that. Like, okay.
Yeah, you know what's it is funny because I'm watching this movie and I'm like, clearly, like this is like Southern California, and clearly it's hot out. Yeah, they have this like snow, and as the movie goes on, you kind of see less and less of the snow, and I think it's like you said, they just it got dirty and they couldn't reuse it, and they couldn't like buy new foam and cotton, so like at some point they kind of abandoned like the snow thing, and then all of a sudden it comes back in the end, like you kind of see it, which I think is like really funny, and I know what that's like. You make these independent low budget movies and it's like, all right, well, I know it's supposed to be snow, but we don't got snow, so we just got to figure it. And at some point, you see like icicles hanging, and it looks so fake. It looks so bad, but like they did the best they could. Like, but
Yeah.
I love the fact that they were again originally going for something high end, and then they saw what they had, and they're just like, fuck it, let's just go all out and make this silly movie. And what's interesting too is that I read. Um, they shot the movie in 1994, and then the film that I'm sorry, the company that paid for it like went bankrupt, so it just basically was shelved. And I think they didn't even want to release it. They're like, "This is terrible." And then someone ended up seeing it at some point and said, "Oh, we should put this on like straight to VHS video." And then look, it's called classic now. Josh, how about you? Like, is this one that you watch every year or?
No, first time seeing it.
Oh
First,
shit!
before we dive into that, could I
Two
just
first
say, like,
timers.
for anybody who's watching this, your Santa hat is kind of tilt back, and you kind of rocking like a Doc Emmett Brown kind of style thing going on.
Yeah, it's like a powdered wig almost.
There you
Yeah,
go.
It's the
There you
headphones,
go.
man. It's the headphones.
Sorry, I had to comment on that. Okay, my intake on this film. First of all, you guys know I love the camp. You know I love the comedy and horror. That's the show I was on last time. And I love like what I call subtle comedy. For example, I'm going to reference an older movie. You all have seen Super Troopers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite line in that whole thing is where they both go to that restaurant. One's dressed like a spandexy biker, and the other one's dressed like a biker, and he's all biker. I'm an idiot,
It's
right?
like-
I laughed for an hour straight at that. So this has traces of that. So scenes that I absolutely died is when the first killing, the old man in the rocker chair, and it's rocking back and forth. You're like, okay, yeah, that's just the scene. And then he yells at the deputy, or yeah, the deputy's like, get your foot off the chair. He's like, oh, sorry, stop rocking. Died. That, and there's just so much silliness to the scene that I was just dying laughing was where he's trying to get the keys. A lot of spoilers, obviously, but there's he was trying to get the keys from that door where the water's coming in, and there's nothing preventing him from just grabbing it and going. But it's like this like endless scene of like building up some kind of like, oh, I can't grab it. Oh, I dropped it. It's like just go grab it and run. But the whole thing was in that vein, and I love that kind of stuff. I love the camp. I love the comedy. So I liked it more than I thought I was gonna.
Yeah, and they really embrace it, and like it's like a lot of what the fuck moments, right? Like my favorite thing. It's like this is first Shannon Elizabeth's first movie, and it's funny. Her brother just got brutally murdered, basically decapitated by a sled, which I've never seen before, also. And what does she want to do? She wants to fuck, right?
Hook up, man.
And she's got nowhere to do it. So what do? Her and her boyfriend sneak into this sheriff's house because why not? But like they don't even just sneak in and just like, okay, we're gonna like sneak in and fuck. Like she asks him to light a fire, like like she like she takes a bath, she blow dries her hair, like she's doing all of this stuff. It's like get in and get out. Like it's so funny.
Right.
And then they do the scene where they're like undressing, getting ready to like kind of hook up, and like they're taking off 100 different layers because it's fucking free, even though it was 70 degrees outside, like it's supposed to be freezing out. I just thought it was really funny, like just so ridiculous. Like, okay, how do we get this girl in the shower? Like, oh, this is how we're gonna do
Not
it.
like
But wait,
snowman.
she blow dries her hair and then she gets in the shower after. So I also don't understand
True.
what that happened to.
That doesn't girl logic. That doesn't make
Fair.
But yeah, because the low budget, it really wasn't supposed to be a comedy at first. Because that shower scene where the snowman assaults her, he was supposed to just be like smashing her into the wall. And later they watched it like, this doesn't look like that. This looks like something else. And they had to go with it because they couldn't refilm it.
You know what's funny? Like I seen this movie when I was pretty like young, and I remember thinking like, is he like supposed to be raping her? Is he not? Like it was kind of hard to tell. And then now he like kind of says some stuff that makes it
Yeah.
think that he did, but it's a fucking bizarre scene, right? But it is funny that it wasn't their intent. Like they weren't trying to film that, but then they saw that and thought that was kind of like what it looked like. So they said, let's make it comedic. Sorry, Josh. Yeah.
No, you're good. Could I just say that if there's not a band called Sled Decapitation, there really needs to be. Like,
There
that's one
should
of the
be.
band names I've ever heard in my life.
You know, the other thing too that happens too, right? The boyfriend, like he's gonna make her like a wine or something like that, and he's going to get ice from the freezer, and he opens the freezer, and the whole thing is like an ice block. Like, and obviously it's Jack Frost, like part of the snow, but like don't even it doesn't even question it. Like, oh man, that's weird. Like, just
Not his
okay,
house, man. Who gives a
I'm just gonna
fuck?
take, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
You know,
like not my
I'm
house.
just gonna take some of this snow and put it in the ice to the wine to make it cold. It's just so ridiculous, but it is funny. I think the one thing though that the reason why I go from liking this movie to like loving it, it's I feel like there's too many of one-liners, and like Jack Frost is constantly kind of saying these like quote unquote funny things, and some of them land, most of them don't. And it becomes a little much for me. But I get it. Just they're just trying to keep the comedy going. But to me, it's just a little bit annoying that he keeps talking and stuff like that. So that's like my one
I mean, isn't that
takeaway
the
from this
funny
movie.
part is that it doesn't land? It's like it's so stupid that it just doesn't land. Um,
Speaking of landing, really quick,
yeah,
when old boy gets punched out by the FBI guy and he
yeah.
falls on the floor, he's like, okay, like, I died. Anyways, go on.
I mean, there's so many fun things to it. I think what I saw this film a long time ago. I probably saw it in like, in 1997. For some reason, when I was younger, I used to get sick every single like Christmas. And I remember one time I was like really depressed because I was sick and my whole family was like out doing Christmas things and I was sitting home by myself. So I ended up watching this film. And you know what? It just left like such an impression on me. It starts off, it feels like it's going to be like a typical serious serial killer horror film. It kind of starts off the same way most do. And then it turns into like the most ridiculous premise that you could ever imagine. And there's just something endearing about that. Just something, it's just so funny to me because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like a sick, like, horror film. This could be dark. And then there's like a snowman, and the snowman looks ridiculous. And I
Absolutely ridiculous.
read that there was a snowman supervisor in this film. So there was actually someone that was in charge of working and manipulating the snowman, helping them out, which I'm like, man, that is a lot of effort for what we see on screen, which isn't like a lot of like movement. I like this film a lot. I think it's totally funny. I like all those weird things. I do like that Jill tries to hook up right after her brother was killed the next day. I mean, it's
I think
just
it's
so
the same
fucked
day
up.
actually.
It's fun.
Maybe it's the next day, but
I
it's
think
like
it's the
right
next
after that.
day. I just think it's so funny, and that she does take a bath because that looked like the coldest bathtub I've ever seen. It didn't look like a steamy hot bathtub that you're like, oh, let me jump in that. I mean, there was just so many things. And I'm gonna say my favorite part was they tried to kill this Jack in many, many different ways, guns, everything. And what really worked the best was the blow dryers. And it was just so stupid. I'm like, oh my God.
I know
That
there's like
scene has
12
me
of them.
dying.
Yeah, it was so dumb that it was awesome. I don't know. I like that. That was definitely my favorite part.
So
What
my
about
favorite thing in the movie is at the very beginning, the kid makes his sheriff dad this food, and it's like the grossest looking thing you've ever seen. And he puts it in like a Ziploc bag, and he's gonna throw it out, but he's like, no, you know what? My kid made this. I'm gonna eat it, but he doesn't get to eat it because all this shit happens. And then you find out at the very end of the movie that the kid cooked the food with antifreeze, so it would have killed him. Like, and that's like just so funny. It's like so matter of fact. It's like because that's what they end up finding out how to actually kill Jack Frost is they actually put the like hit him with the food that the kid cooked, and they're like, what happened? Like, why did that like melt him? And the kid's like, I put antifreeze.
So
in
if
it."
you
I
look
didn't
in the
want you to get
background,
cold
it's there.
there.
It's but it's not the kid's fault. If you look while the kid is cooking, the antifreeze is right next to the stove. There's a huge bottle.
That's not
of
where you keep
antifreeze
it. You don't keep it
next
in the
to
kitchen.
no, actually, I keep it in my bedroom. That's another story.
Oh,
But you know, I try to make one of those bathtubs like they did in the end. You know,
oh, the
You know,
antifreeze
the
baptism was
antifreeze
amazing.
That was so weird. I was like, this is so odd. Like it's like they were trying to tell us something. Like there was some sort of message in
Just
that.
dunking him in there with the
Yeah.
snowman arm.
We
You
gotta
know,
mention
too.
we gotta mention the wife of the first guy that or the main dude that
Oh,
that
Annie.
wacky wife.
The one whose
That
son
her
gets
son
decapitated, that one?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
her. Oh, yeah. I don't know her name.
But like right afterwards, she's like telling him to stay calm. She's like completely disassociated with the fact that her son just passed away, and none of her like attitudes or personalities or what she's doing makes sense. It is just the most amazing, like random. I feel like you took a different character from a completely different movie and just injected it into this film, and it was just the funniest thing in the world to me.
Yeah, no, she's really funny. I was gonna say something like really clever. Oh well, I'm not going
Yeah,
to
probably
now.
not. No, and her death was pretty bad. It was like Christmas lights. I don't know if you guys realize this, but I feel like there was so much overlap between this and the next film that we're going to talk about because someone does die from Christmas lights in the next film, and someone does get decapitated while sledding.
Oh, you're
So
right.
I think it's a little you could almost tell like they were trying to do something, but maybe they didn't pull it off. But there's so much overlap between the two films, and I was like, no way did I just watch two movies where someone is basically getting choked by Christmas lights and there's another, headless person like on a sled. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh, you know one thing? There was one thing that always kind of used to annoy me about this movie, but now I get it. And it's in the movie, there's constantly music playing in the background. And I always thought it was like, oh, maybe it's just to cover up bad sound design. But then I watched a bunch of like Lifetime Hallmark Christmas movies recently, and they all do the same thing where there's always this like background music going that doesn't actually fit like anything that's going on. It's just this like awkward kind of music. And I wonder if they did that in this movie to kind of make fun of Christmas movies, or if it was just again just to cover up like the sound design. But I always like found that interesting. There's constantly something playing in the background, and again, it doesn't always fit the tone as to like what's happening. It's just this random music, which I always thought was interesting. The other thing I think about this movie, and so this came out in '97 when it was released, and like the following year, this family movie called Jack Frost came out. And I remember hearing that a lot of people were renting the wrong movie, and then they get home and they're watching it with their families and expecting like this Michael Keaton kind of
Oh my
movie, and it
God.
ends up being this. And I think people were calling the video stores like screaming and complaining, like it was a
I
big
mean, the
thing.
cover's got to be different, but that's hysterical.
Maybe my favorite fact yet.
But you know what though, in the video stores, not always like did you have that cover. Sometimes it was like Blockbuster was just like a bunch
You're
of
right.
things.
You're
I mean,
Hollywood
Friendly-
Video was just
That's a friendly looking snowman, so you could pick that up. Like,
You know
yeah,
what?
okay.
You might be right there. Okay, yeah. There's a few
Jeez.
films. Like I was hoping we were all gonna watch the same film, but there's probably like 3 or 4 films with this exact title, and it took me a while to find it. And I was like, "Oh my God, is anyone else like gonna like watch the wrong film?" Because I think I started the wrong one for like a second.
How
I'm like,
was
this
it?
is not it. It wasn't bad actually. It was all right, it is a horror film called Jack Frost, but it was more about the spirit of Jack Frost. There wasn't a snowman.
Oh, was that the newer one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only got 5 minutes in. I was like, I couldn't commit to it, so I was like, nah, not
Yeah, but
tonight.
again, like I mean, look, it is what it is. This movie, it's very campy. It's like you're not going to go in for a serious slasher movie. It does have again the kills are like are pretty cool if you could just get over the fact that you really don't see the snowman actually doing anything. You kind of just see like if they show the snowman and then like the next shot is like a knife flying at somebody or something. So
Speaking of not seeing anything, dude, I'm sorry. The explosion scene where you don't see anything explode. You know what I'm talking about after the aerosol? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there's the low budget right there, right? I think I got it. It was really funny to me.
Yeah, they just told us. We heard it. I mean, I thought they did pretty good effects with those like flying icicles. I thought that was pretty clever, and I thought that was really interesting. That was like a new ability, I guess, that Jack Frost had that I didn't know he had. You know, he definitely had a lot of supernatural abilities as well. I thought that was pretty interesting. He definitely takes out that guy Tommy with the icicle spear. I thought that
it's
was
like, why
pretty
didn't
sick.
you do that the whole time though?
Yeah, it's like, just, like from a distance. Like, why is he like trying to fight with people?
I
I
guess
would
because
say
he
one.
could, right? He's probably bored, you know. He's like, let me just do something clever. I like too when they show towards the end he starts getting the icicle teeth. I thought those look pretty cool.
Mm.
Definitely vicious. And I like the dumb choices that everyone made during this film. And just one occasion I could think about is when like the sheriff and his kid, like they're trying to get away from Jack Frost and he disappears. And they already at this point they know like what his like MO is. He's gonna turn to liquid and he's gonna start like kind of moving in. So you start seeing the water come into the car. Why are they going to the back seat? Like, why did they do that? Why don't they just get out of the car? If he's already like halfway, like liquid in the car, it's like, why didn't they just like open the door and get out? But they just moved to the back seat, which I'm like, why are you doing this? It was like the dumbest thing ever.
But then somehow he ends up in the back seat. So
He's in the back seat. They're in the front seat. It's all screwed up. I always forget what it's called. Rich, what's that issue called?
Continuity.
The continuity. Yeah, it definitely was a continuity issue. I think that like was he in the front or the back? I don't know. You just stay in the front. He'll be in the back. I think it was like an issue like that because yeah, somehow he was in the back. They were back in the front. It was just it was pretty. It was pretty bad. But I was like, hey, just leave. Just go. I mean, he's in the car. Lock the door and get out. You know.
But things like that are what make the movie good, right? That it's just so
It's so
it's
stupid, yeah.
ridiculous. It's so stupid. Yeah, this movie's stupid. But yeah, look, I watch it every year. I'm gonna keep watching it every year. I want to love it. I just like it. I like this movie. I want to love it. It just needed a little, maybe a little less of the one-liners. Maybe just that would have kind of gotten it for me. But look, other than that, like it's Killer Snowman, and I do love these kind of movies. So why don't we? Let's wrap this one up because we do have another movie, and I'm terrified Jerry has another drinking game planned. So I want to kind of get to it. So what we do on this show is we rate every movie on a scale of 0 to 5 bloody knives, and we do play a little drinking game. And the drinking game goes basically we take people's ratings, and that's the number of sips someone needs to do. So we have 4 people now. Let's see what's the best way to kind of do this. So let's do. How about this? Since we're on the Fawn and I are on the right, we will drink both of your sips and you drink both of ours. How does that sound?
Sounds good. Being Josh
So-
are the dream team.
Oh,
So
Jerry.
Yeah, so
go.
Jerry
Ready
and
to
Josh
go.
are going to give Jerry and Josh are going to give their ratings. Fawn and I are going to drink those sips, and then vice versa. So what do you?
All
So
right.
Jerry, I'll let you go first since you're the top left. What do you give this
All
0 to
right.
5?
You know, I really like this film. It's definitely a lot of nostalgia for me. I've probably watched it 20 times in my life. And I didn't know we were doing this film. I watched it literally 2 days before Rich told me that Fawn chose it. And I was like, I'm not even mad. Like, I'm gonna watch that shit again because I did watch it, but I wasn't taking notes or anything like that. So I was like really happy I got to watch it twice during the season. It's a good film. I do love it. I'm giving it 3.5.
Whoa, shit, that's a good rating, and I'm gonna regret getting this cutty. All right, Josh, what do you give it? 0 to 5.
I'll cut you guys some slack, and I'll go 2.
All right, so Fawn, that's going to be we have 5.5 sips we have to take. Fawn, what do you give this movie 0 to 5?
I give it a 4. I loved it. I thought it was so fun. Like I have it in my notes page. Like I put 4 before we even did this.
Oh, okay. So you're not just trying to fuck them. You
I'm not.
actually-
No, I'm not. Like I loved it. I'm gonna watch it every year. It was a delight.
Okay, so you give it a 4. I'm giving it a 3. So that's 7 for you two,
What?
5.5 for us. And
Damn.
let's do that. Let's cheers to
How did
happy
this
holidays.
again? How did this like work out where I'm like drinking more.
Tis the season.
I gotta stop for a second.
So while Jerry's taking those sips, really quick. So Fawn, how do people find you? Like, there's your chance to plug.
Ooh, it's a lot of carbonation. Uh, so I'm Fawn Winters, FAWN Winters, Instagram. If you want to see my photo shoots, I have all my links for movies and music videos there. Also TikTok, same handle. I do a really fun stream every day. Join Fawn University. I'm a crazy teacher, crazy nurse, crazy Daphne, Velma, whatever you want me to be. But
Oh wait,
I
so you are still doing Velma? I thought you told me you
feel
weren't doing
that.
Velma
I feel
anymore.
I
that.
have a wig, so yeah, I'll cosplay. Like it's substitute teacher, so I still have a ruler and yell at my viewers, but it's a lot of fun. We just did the nurse one today, and Nova was Dr. Wolf.
Aw, that is so cute. And what time do you usually do those?
Usually in the evenings, if I have something like this, like I can do it anytime. So I did it at like 2, but usually 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is my usual.
So right after this, we're moving right to Fawn University.
Velma.
All right, so Josh, how about you? How do people find you?
I'm pretty easy. Just like on Instagram, HALL_LORE_WEEN. That would probably be the best. Or you could go to Castle Bridge Media is my publishing where I'm published. You can find me there too. That's it. Easy.
I see you pouring something. What are you doing over there, Josh?
Oh, I'm just so I am now.
You can't get nothing
So-
past
oh,
me.
I like it. I like it. It's like a whiskey sour. He's making a whiskey sour. Is that what that is?
Okay.
100%.
Hell yeah. Listen, I'm glad you just made that, Josh.
Oh, great. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm in for it.
Because like what you and Fawn probably don't know is, I don't know if you guys are avid listeners to the show, and it's okay. You don't have to answer that.
You were
But
my favorite podcast.
I
You were my
saw
number one-
that. I saw that. I really wanted Rich to send me the data so I could publish it on Instagram, but he said we didn't get it.
Oh, the wrapped. Yeah, we didn't get that.
Yeah, the wraps, but it's okay. So listen, what we do now, since you are an avid listener, we added something this year. We really want to like up the ante and really just kind of like fuck with ourselves, fuck with our guests. And we brought this thing in, and it looks like this.
Oh, I see an 11. That's dangerous.
So this is the Wheel of Death, Fawn. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but this is the Wheel of Death, and what those numbers indicate are the sips that are online. And yeah, the high number tonight is 11. I was actually kind of nice because one of our guests, I put a 12 up there. And what I'd like to do is play a little game that we call random ass trivia. But I thought I'd be nice tonight. I'm dressed like Santa. I'm in the giving spirit.
So was Billy.
Exactly. And instead of just giving you this random ass trivia, because it is a little difficult and you really have to pay attention to these films, I decided to make it random ass multiple choice trivia.
Whew.
Just to kind of make it a little easier. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna keep the same teams there. So it'll be you three against me, okay? And we'll just keep it that way, and you guys could converse. And I'm gonna ask a couple questions after I spin the wheel, so you know like what's on the line, and that's it. I got a couple questions. So do you guys want to play this game next?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Let the Wheel of Death go.
I'm a little nervous. So how about we go the wheel?
So Fawn, just so you know, we've done this a couple of times, and that big number, the 11, does tend to get hit a lot. So just so you know, I think Jerry got it twice in a row. Yeah, it's weighted to the big numbers, so this could get ugly. Just so you guys know, too late. You consented. You have the choice now.
He's a fishing weight on the back of the 11.
We are going to see that probably a few times. So yeah, okay.
I do want to preface this. These questions are going to be about Jack Frost. So just so
okay,
you know,
just
like,
Jack Frost. Okay.
What the topic is. Yeah, because maybe I got one for later. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But how about this? How about we spin the wheel? Let me go if you guys can see this. Ready? Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Hypnotizing.
Oh, just one. Just
all
one.
right. Okay, cool.
All right.
We'll take it.
Just one. All right. That changes things a little bit for me. Okay. All right. Easy question. How many kills were in this film? Was it 7, 11, or 14?
Does Jack Frost count?
Jack Frost does count.
It's definitely not 7. It's more than 7.
I was going to split it.
Yeah, 11.
I'll go with that.
Guys, locking in 11.
Yeah,
fuck, I'm already losing.
Just one. Just that one. All right, let's. This Cuddy's heavy as fuck.
Man, I am drinking a lot. All right, I'm gonna bring it back to this wheel. Let's get a good number this time. Come on, ready?
1.
5.
Okay.
Respectable.
All right, this is pretty serious now. 5 sips.
All right, lock in, everybody.
What town does all this shit take place in Jack Frost? Is it Snowmaton? Is it Mount Snow? Or is it Snow Lake?
I like the first one. That sounds right.
I'm going to say, I want to say, oh man. What's the first one? Snowerton?
Snowmaton, Mount Snow, or Snow Lake?
I feel like it's the first one. I remember hearing that. I'm like, that's a dumb name.
Right.
Okay, yeah, there's no lake. So I'll go with A.
Yeah.
Guys locking in?
Locks.
Guys are fucking me, man.
Yeah.
This is not fun if I'm the only
one. Useless. It's not useless.
This is not fun.
I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that. I'm like, they would name that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my god.
All right, so Jerry's up 6 sips for him, 0 for us. Let's keep it.
Keep in mind we dominated the first game. Like, poor Jerry.
I know. All right, I got one more for this, and hopefully I win this one, or it's a low number. So I'm gonna go back here. Let's spin this bad boy one more time.
I hope it's an 11 and we get it.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Just a one.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Okay. So during one of that first kill, they give the killer a name. He wasn't called like Jack Frost or anything at that time. So what was the name that the cops gave the killer when they were doing the autopsy of the old man? Was it the pillow killer, the cotton ball killer, or the catcher mitt killer?
What's the first one? The pillow killer?
The pillow killer, cotton ball killer, or catcher mitt killer?
Catcher mitt. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because they said like there's no bruising and it was like done, right? Didn't they say something about like the wound is it was like something wide like a catcher's mitt or something like that?
They do say that to the old man, I believe, yeah. I
feel like that would make the most sense based on what I remember.
All right, let's go with it. I'm good. Fawn, you good? All right, thumbs up.
You guys are too good. Damn.
All right, 7 sips for Jerry, 0 for us.
It was a captivating movie. I paid attention.
Well, this is not going my way, and I have a big presentation tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes.
No. Merry Christmas.
Nothing like the end of the year fuck.
All right, so
that bourbon money needs to come in so I could just do this.
So now that we finished random ass trivia about Jack Frost, let's talk about our second movie tonight. It is the 1984 cult classic Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is one of the best titles for a horror movie ever. It's funny, I've actually only seen this movie once and it was a long time ago, so I really didn't remember anything about it. So I'll give you the plot really quick. Little Billy witnesses his parents getting killed by a man in a Santa outfit after his senile grandfather warns him that Santa punishes everybody that's naughty. Now, fast forward, Billy is 18. He gets out of the orphanage because his parents were dead. That's where he's been. And he works at a toy store. They make him put on the Santa suit to play Santa, and he snaps and goes on a killing spree. Um, yeah, and that's it. So, it's a slasher movie, 1984. One thing I didn't know is this movie opened the same weekend as Nightmare on Elm Street and actually was outgrossing Nightmare on Elm Street because it was playing in more theaters. But then parents started picketing because they didn't want to see Santa in a horror movie, even though there had already been a couple of different Killer Santa movies out there. They picketed, theaters pulled the movie, and then it bombed and didn't release for like another year or two until home video. So this could have been a huge movie. It was on track to be a huge movie, but they gave into the pressure now. And it's funny, like now, like you could do, there's so many Killer Santa movies, right? You go on Tubi, there's like 100 of them. There's actually a remake of this movie that, or a very loose remake that just came out in theaters, I believe, recently. There was another remake in 2012 that we covered during our holiday party last year. So it's just interesting. Like I didn't realize how big this movie was, and I know they did make like 6 or 7 sequels to it, which I've never seen. But so let's talk about this movie. It is, I get why was controversial. Like it is hard to see, like, again, a Santa, especially that opening scene, the scene of Santa basically his car, he's pretending his car breaks down. A family pulls up to the car. Santa kills the dad and then basically goes to rape the kid's mother, but ends up killing her in front of him. And it's really graphic and it's hard to watch. And I'm like, now I know why I haven't watched this movie in a long time, just because that is a really tough scene to get through. And there's a couple of other tough scenes too, as well. I usually don't do well with movies that have a ton of sexual violence, and there is a bunch of that here. But what you guys think of this movie? So I think we picked it just because we wanted to talk about it because of the remake. Fawn, have you ever seen this one before?
No, this is my first time seeing it. And yeah, like I totally agree. It was intense from the beginning. Not a fan of like all of the sexual assault and stuff, but I did like the underlying tone of how, because I grew up in a lot of religious trauma, how trauma needs to be dealt with professionally and it can't be like beaten out of you, or religion can't erase that. And Billy just went to prove that. So I did like that. I think I would have been happier if, and this is gonna sound messed up, but if Mother Superior maybe had gotten,
She
I mean, it's
deserved it.
her
She
fault.
deserved it.
Yeah,
He
I'm with
did.
you.
And for him to get shot, like right before, I was so mad. That really made me mad. But Billy was cute, so I like that.
It's funny. You say that's one of the things, and I do like that as a theme. And when I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking I wish they took out, because I guess the first, after that horrible assault happens, there's like another 10, 15 minutes of him as a child in the orphanage. And it's hard. That's also hard to watch because it's like I'm very anti-organized religion too, and like again, seeing again them kind of just basically beating out people who are like, engaging in sex, and he's just happens to be watching sex and like, gets beat. It's like it was really hard to watch, and I'm thinking this movie would be so much better if they just cut that 15 minutes out and just kind of have the assault happens, you skip 18 years or 15 years later, he's a whatever, however many years later, he's a teenager, and then he snaps. Like I feel like you didn't need all of that because it kind of just slows the movie down a bunch, and it's hard to watch. And that's another thing. I don't do well with abuse against children and things like that too. So for me, like this is probably one I'm not going to watch for a very long time because it is really, there's some cool stuff that happens later in the movie that I like, but I would say the first half hour, it's like it's tough to watch, and I feel like they could have cut a lot of that out, but then you wouldn't have all of the religious angles. And I think when they made this movie, they actually thought that that would be the protest, would be, people protesting like how this movie is anti-Catholicism, and it ended up being about Santa, which they were kind of shocked by. So that's kind of one of the things I don't like about the movie. Josh, how do you feel about this one? It's funny because like I like went on like social media and I was like, what's your favorite holiday horror movie? And a lot of people picked this movie. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'm watching it and I'm like, this is like one I'm probably not gonna watch again. So like I want to know, like, did you like it, Josh? Like, how'd you feel about it?
I had a lot of mixed emotions about it. It was weird because I liked the tone of it. Oddly, like I liked the slower pace based on the storyline and whatnot. I do think that they just purposely. I feel like everybody 30 years or younger, they just said, "Okay, you're gonna be topless in this." Like that's it.
There's a lot of nudity in this
And
movie. Yeah,
anybody
there's a
older,
lot.
they're like, "Nah, keep your clothes on," kind of thing.
Yeah.
But obviously not a fan of sexual assault stuff. That was grim. Like right in the beginning when the parents got killed, I'm like, "Whoa, they just did it like that." Like, part of the pun, no lube. They just kind of right in. Okay.
Was this the first time you saw it, Josh?
Yes, first time I
Really?
saw
Okay.
both these movies. Yes, 100%. So, and it's so funny, dude, because like I see the slow progression. I actually wasn't a fan of how much development they did of why he snapped. Because after a while, like he becomes this psycho killer, and you're like, but like, can you blame the guy? And I hated that fact. I wanted either just like mass killing or like it's always funner with like no motive, right, or scarier and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, this is just a tragic tale versus like a horror movie to me at that point. You know what I mean? Like it was just a lot of sadness on top of sadness on top of sadness. I wanted, like, obviously you guys know I'm an author, and I wanted to. I'm like, if I wrote this thing, it would have been such a different movie halfway through. He would have been like declaring war on Santas everywhere, and like no Santa would be safe from the Santa killer. Like he was.
Yeah, like why didn't he kill other Santas? Like
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like especially because I'm like, okay, homeboy in the beginning. First of all, there's a couple things I want to talk about this. First, the Santa in the beginning of the film. If that's the pace of the bodies that he was going on, what does that lineage look like? How many, you know what I mean? He went from like killing the clerk to killing his parents, that like all he wanted to do was mass blood massacre. Like I almost wanted to explore that storyline more of like, what is that carnage and like
Yeah, that
body?
guy's pretty fucked up. Yeah.
Dude, that guy's messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
No
I mean?
motives.
Like,
He was just out there. Yeah.
I thought like it would be either a circle back and he'd like seek revenge on that guy or who knows what. But it just kept going down a path that I didn't think it would go down, if that makes sense, and or a path I didn't want to see it go down. So it kind of like brought you along with it. I thought some of the kill scenes were cool. I do like the slasher element of like the cop in like that underground bunker thing and then coming out and he was there. Like with a one-liner, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, there you go. That okay, I can get behind that. That's cool. So some of the killing scenes were cool. It was an interesting movie. Because there were elements I really liked and then elements I really didn't like, but I liked the tone of it. And can we please address the fact that that cop killed that priest Santa and like nothing?
Yeah, that was one
it?
of like the most fucked up things. So just to set it up, Josh, so they go back to the orphanage that Billy is from because they think he's going to go back there to kill Mother Superior, and they see there's a bunch of kids outside, a bunch of orphan kids outside, and there's like a Santa, and the cop shoots him. And you find out that that's not Billy. That's just a priest playing Santa, which it's like, God, these kids have been through so much. They've lost their parents, and now they just saw Santa get killed. So fucking dark. And like, it's very, we watched Jack Frost, which was again a really goofy kind of movie. And you watch this movie that's really, really dark. And it's like almost, I hate to say, it's almost like too dark. And I don't say that often, but it's a little too dark. And the other thing about this movie too, it's only 85 minutes long, which is not like very short for a movie. It feels a lot longer though. Like I was like very bored in a lot of parts, and like it finally gets going at one point when he actually finally starts killing, and then I kind of feel like it slows down a bit, and then kind of like then you have your ending. So it's a very weird paced movie for me, and I don't know if it felt long because I was bored or because I was uncomfortable and I just wanted it to be over. I don't really know, but that was just my experience. So Jerry, we've all kind of shared ours. How do you feel about this movie?
Yeah. I'm going to say this movie is dark as fuck, but I can see why it's so popular. Like this is a horror film. This is a horror film from the 80s, and it feels that way. It's like this brings me back to like walking down like the aisles of like a video store you see the artwork of this particular movie, and the movie that's inside of it fits it perfectly. It's exactly as fucked up as it should be
Right.
to match like that artwork. And that was just a different thing. Like in the 80s, like films were fucked up, and it's like you almost think like they're trying to give you a message. They're trying to tell you something about religion, about someone who's like undiagnosed with PTSD, and they're trying to beat it out of him instead of trying to help this person. But that's just how fucked up the 80s were. They
You're right.
like they're just telling a story about the 80s. They're not trying to like add anything to it to let us know like that was the right thing to do or that was the wrong thing to do. They're just telling you a fucked up story from the 80s. And to me that just makes this like dark and raw, and I appreciate it for that. I think it's I do like this film. I think it's messed up. And I think that's what I like about it, you know, because it just definitely goes in that direction that you don't think it's going to go in. It's a revenge story, and this guy's out to seek revenge. You know, those people in that orphanage, they're fucked up, man. They were assholes, and they all should have died, and that's why he was after them, but he didn't get to it.
So
And I'm
mad.
disappointed too. I'm disappointed too because they deserved it. There was no redeeming qualities for a lot of the characters in this film, and you do begin to feel bad for Billy because it's like he was traumatized. He was traumatized over and over again. And now these other kids are traumatized because they saw how many murders in one day on Christmas. His little brother is traumatized, which I think is where like part two kind of picks up. It's just a fucked up story.
I hope
And
it's the little brother and Cindy. I hope they like pair up as like Miss
oh,
Claus and Mr. Claus.
oh, that's
That's funny.
interesting. Yeah, I never watched it. I think I watched like half of it, the second one. It's even lower budget, I think, than this film is. So that's a harder watch.
Mm.
But I think this does tell like a story, you know? It's like they force him to dress up like Santa. No one steps in and be like, look what this kid went through. Why are you doing that to him? Not even the nuns. They didn't step in and be like, don't like you should not be dressing him up like Santa. No one says anything. He gets a little drunk. He shouldn't have been drinking. He was underage. And all of a sudden he snaps. And this is the result. And I think the result is insane. The kills were some of the most brutal kills that I've ever seen, like in a film, especially like a holiday horror. And I mean, it's like nasty. I mean, it's crazy. Box
Yeah.
cutters,
And hanging
arrows.
hanging Linnea quickly on the antlers was
It's
sick. And then
fucked
what's
up.
even sick about that is that
No,
he does
no.
it, and that's hardcore. And then the boyfriend comes in, he's fighting Santa, and you see her in the background still hanging on the wall, which is really fucked up. One thing, now that you said what you just said, Jerry, it kind of touched on something for me. So again, you're right. This movie's it's 1984. It's very how movies in 1984, the early 80s were. They were brutal. They were kind of going on the violence, sexualization of things, and that's just how those movies were. And maybe it's harder to watch now. And I think if I would have watched it more in the 80s, I'd have more of a nostalgia feel for it. But I kind of missed it back then. I just never watched it until I think I watched it a little bit later as an adult, and I was like, it's not for me. And then I just rewatched it now. But thinking about it again, I mentioned at the very beginning, it came out same weekend as Nightmare on Elm Street, which again, one of my favorite movies, but it's about a child molester who's killing a bunch of teenagers in their dreams to get revenge on the parents that killed him. Very fucked up also story, right? And
Yeah,
that also
revenge
is
was huge in
very
the 80s.
and
Yeah.
that movie is very like sexualized too. Like there's certain things that are very like implied in that movie. So this fits with that, but I don't have that nostalgia feel. So now I just watch it and I'm like, ooh, this is just too much for me. Like I now's like I can't watch this movie.
So here's some things that I thought when I was watching it is what I appreciate about it, even though I didn't like a lot of it, is that you cannot make that movie now. You'll never see a movie
Oh
like
yeah.
that, right? Like this was like literally canceled before cancel culture was a thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's as raw and real as it gets. So for that, like I think even like screwed up things has its own kind of beauty in a weird way. So like you, Jerry, I kind of appreciate it for what it was. Um, and I forgot my thought. So you guys keep going.
It
That's
was
the
Thinking
brilliant,
Jameson.
back
though.
on
I mean,
how dark it was like the very ending, as mad as I was that Mother Superior didn't get what she deserved. Like it was sweet, like that one nun, although her efforts didn't really work, she was kind of trying to look after Billy and was worried about him. And for him to see her as he's dying, like I was like, okay, that
it's
was a
yeah, it's
sweet
just
touch.
And also the fact that he is only supposed to be 18, which without that context, like he's yeah, obviously people in movies just seem older, right? But you think this guy
Yeah.
is like a teenager. And he's basically how he snaps is he's traumatized because he's wearing the Santa suit. He sees one of his coworkers basically raping another coworker. He steps in, kills the rapist, which is awesome. Like it's like that's like you get into it. But then the woman who is being raped, like just her reaction is she starts yelling at him for killing the rapist, which again, look, she's traumatized, so like who the fuck knows? But like, you know, and that kind of made him snap even more, and then he kills her because he's thinking that she wanted it because she's defending the rapist he just killed, which just kind of pushes him even more over the edge. So it's just
Mm.
a very like bizarre chain of events that kind of lead to his, you know, demise basically.
But
Like,
that first kill was gnarly for me. For so like somebody who works in physical like fitness, like if you could wrap cords around somebody and hold them up by a cord, like and yes, I get it. They portrayed him as like a muscle bound dude, but oh my goodness, like that is like superhuman strength at its best. That's where at first I thought they were gonna cross the line into just super campy, like over the top. But then they kind of didn't. They just kept in the kind of messed up realm, right? Everything else was like gnarly. But yeah, that first kill, I'm like, all right, like I don't know, man, you're kind of losing me on that one. But then when he turns on her, yeah, that thing's gnarly because at first you're like, yeah, he's a hero, and then you're like, oh no, he's not, like kind of thing. And I do think, I think her defending, not defending, but like being really shooken up about that kill is she just saw a murder. I don't think it had anything to do with like, oh, you just saved me. It's like, dude, you just killed somebody. Like,
And
she.
brutally, yeah, and brutally, yeah. So like it's hard to interpret her reaction. My thing is just again, like you said, yeah, she just saw a murder. She's also just went through this trauma and just doesn't even know what she needs to like take it out on somebody and just happens to take it out on Billy.
Correct.
Um, one just quick note I wrote, and this isn't funny, but I found it funny in the movie is the Linnea Quigley, who is the blonde who gets hung on the antlers, who's actually like she's like such a like her every movie she's in, she overacts and is like really bad. She's actually pretty good in the 5 minutes she's in this movie.
is this her
Um,
first film? Is it her
I don't know.
first?
I don't think it's her first film, but it's like one of her first, and she's actually pretty good. Usually she's like really over the top, but like her boyfriend is fighting Billy, and the boyfriend like kicks Billy in the nuts to get away, which I thought was funny. And you never see that in movies. Like no one ever does
Real
that, and it's
shit,
like that's
yeah.
what you should be doing. Like why do they not do that in every slasher movie? They should kick the guy in the nuts, and they never do. And I thought that was like I'm like
to
go
go
and but
back with yeah, to
you're
go
gonna
back to what Josh was saying about how like Billy was so strong to hang him up by the lights. I was like shook when he was little at the orphanage and he socked Santa and knocked him. I was like, he's a little kid. Like he does have some kind of super strength.
I think it's anger too. That's kind of in him, and he's able to kind of like translate that into strength. I mean, I think that whole kind of like toy store scene, it was just crazy. I mean, definitely some of the most brutal kills were done there, and you really like, you have to. I was conflicted the whole time. I'm like, is Billy doing something bad? Or is he just doing something good because he's going after like shitty people? It's like his manager was like a shitty asshole. The guy that was trying to rape the coworker, he was shitty.
the kid on the sled
The kid on the
bully.
sled was a bully. It's like I'm so conflicted about how I feel about this Billy character. I don't know what to think, but I do know at the end I was just kind of upset that he got killed. I'm like I don't know if that was the way I would have ended it. I feel like you go revenge, you just take it to the end. He wins. I don't know. That was just me. I mean, it was evil as fuck, and it tracks, where it's like, let's kind of like get everyone to kind of get behind this guy and then kill him too. I mean, it definitely meets like that dark kind of feeling of this film, but I was just conflicted the whole time of how I felt about him. And
The most twisted scene was where he met that little girl after he just killed like the babysitters. He's like, "You have been good the whole time," and what does he give her? The freaking murder weapon? Like,
box cutter.
What? Oh my gosh, wrong on so many levels. It was crazy.
I'll have to see what happened with that. Like,
does she go out and kill now?
Did Santa give me a box cutter? Do I keep this? What do I do? Is this a good gift? I was like, man,
I want to see Mrs. Claus go rogue. Where's that?
That's your next movie.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. You got the Santa hat and everything.
I feel like we're ideating here. We're working on something.
All right, so let's stop talking about this podcast. Let's actually make a no. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Let's give it our rating. So Fawn, I'll let you go first since I think you went last time. So what'd you go? What'd you give this one? 0 to 5.
So I'm going to give it a 2. I really like the underlying meaning, but it did just make me feel very sad the whole time.
Yeah, and horror shouldn't make us sad. We're watching these movies, especially holiday horror. Yeah, look, I'm with you on the 2. Jerry swayed me a bit. I was going to give it a lower rating, but it is very 1984. There is some cool stuff that happens in it, but I always go back to rewatchability. And will I rewatch this movie again? Yeah, one day I'm going to forget about it like I did this time, and I'll probably rewatch it in like 10 years. But I have no desire to rewatch this again, so that takes a little bit out. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 also. How about you, Josh?
Don't judge me. I want to go a little higher. Again, I like the tone.
No judgment. Yeah, like there's good things in the movie. I just didn't find it. I just didn't find it entertaining.
I thought the toy store was phenomenal, and I thought the house, with the babysitters was phenomenal. I loved when he put her on the antlers. I thought that was so rad. I'm like, yes, that's cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
So I'll go 3. I'll go 3 on it. But yeah, there's definitely parts I do not approve.
And that's how it goes. Jerry, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, this is a classic slasher and holiday horror. That's definitely one of my genres. I do watch this film. I've seen this quite a few times. Yeah, it's different. It's dark. It's fucked up at times, but to me, this is it. It hits that time perfectly, just the way it should. It didn't really try to hide from anything. They made the movie that they thought they should make, and it was a fucked up movie. So I have to appreciate that. It's brutal. It's bloody. I mean, it makes you kind of feel like kind of nasty, like you need to take a shower after you watch it. I'm giving it a 3 though, just because like it works me up, and it brings out emotions, and how many films do that? So I'm giving it a 3 as well.
Yeah, look, it's tough to make you feel emotion. Even you could show something horrific in a movie, and if it's not done a certain way, it just comes off just like they're trying too hard. And I don't feel like they did that here. So I get it. So okay, that's 6 sips for Fawn and myself, 4 for you two. Let's cheers to that.
I gotta open another.
Crack open another White Claw.
Yeah, keep those White Claws going, because I'm going to give you guys a choice right now since we're out of movies to talk about. So what we could do is we could do another drinking game based on 1984, or we could do another random ass multiple choice trivia, or we could just do them both.
I won't be any help with 1984.
You weren't even born yet, were you?
So, yeah, I vote for the random ass trivia because we did just it's going to be about this movie, right? About Silent Night.
Yeah, it's going to be about.
And I want the Wheel of Death, so let's do it.
Okay. Do you guys all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's just do some more random ass trivia, since I feel like maybe like the mood of this party was kind of brought down by this film. And
I know, man, this is a holiday party.
Wait, do we need a mood lifter?
Yeah, mood
lifter. Yes, we do.
Yes,
Fawn's gonna do something.
Yeah,
she just changed the lights. Hang on. I don't know. Fawn.
I have no idea what's about to happen.
This is the first time we've lost a guest.
Like, what's gonna happen right now? I don't know. That's
it.
Okay, we'll be patient while she's doing it.
People on YouTube right now are waiting in massive anticipation. Like we
Yeah.
have no idea what's going to happen.
Fawn is doing something. Oh, okay, lights changed again.
Lights
I don't
changed
know.
again.
I don't think that was the surprise though. Oh,
Wait.
oh, there's a puppy.
Okay.
That is a mood lifter. For those of you listening, Fawn just lifted her dog Nova, and Nova is one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen. Fawn, what breed is Nova?
She's a mutt, but she's probably a Spaniel Chihuahua mix.
She's the
How
cutest thing.
cute.
She's got such pretty eyes.
Aw.
Hey,
I'm
hi.
a dog dad myself, so it's super cute.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a puggle, Beagle Pug mix.
You.
Like, have you guys ever seen I Love You, Man?
Yeah.
I have like that. It looks identical to my dog.
That's
So there is
funny.
my goblin right there lurking in the background. That is my mood lifter. He's staring at me because it's 90 minutes before feeding time, and he's going to stare at me until I feed him. So
Amazing. All right. I feel like my mood is lifted, so we could really dive into this random ass multiple choice trivia about this film. So I'm going to try to make these questions as fun as possible.
Yes.
Even though it's kind of dark. So, all right. So now that we're all hyped up after seeing some puppies and cats, let's sorry.
Yeah, the mood's about to change yet
Yeah,
again.
I can't see my screen. Here we
Wheel
go.
of
There we
Death.
go. Back to
Wheel
the
of
Wheel of Death. So I want to see some big numbers. That's what I'm rooting for. Whether I win or lose, I just want to see some big numbers tonight. So let's give it a good spin here.
Go.
Let's hope for the best here. Come on. Oh, no, just one.
Dude,
just
that's
one.
the third one we've
Wow.
got. I was promising
There
11.
are 4 ones on here, so the
Oh,
odds
okay.
are very, very high.
Draw another one on one of the ones.
You know what? Don't say that, Josh. Let's hear the questions first.
Yeah. I'm gonna start real easy here. How many kills are in this film? Is it 8, 12, or 16?
I feel like we can count them. I mean,
Well, don't take too long.
I think it's. I'm gonna err on the lowest number. I think it's 8.
no, it's way more than 8 because there's 3 in the beginning. There's 4 in the Toy Story alone. There's 2.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, there's 2 in the yeah, it's got to be more than 8.
So what's the second one then? 12.
What's the guesses?
8, 12, or 16?
16 seems like a lot for this movie. So I'm gonna go with the 12 then.
I can get on board with 12.
Oh.
All right. Sounds like you guys are locking it in, and you guys are right. Damn it.
The
Why do
luck
my trivia
of the
questions
animals.
suck, man?
You got to revamp them, my friend.
They
You
don't
gotta-
suck. They're good.
I feel like I got some great questions here. Let me just spin this wheel here. And if it's a 1, I'm spinning it again. I'm just letting you guys
Fair.
know that right now. All right.
Ah.
That's it.
And
All right,
it's a 3.
3.
All right, 3.
All right, it's a 3.
Respectable.
Okay. That guy, Andy, is like a super dick. He was the warehouse manager in the film, the guy who got hung by the lights. All right, there's one scene where he's having lunch and he drinks some whiskey. What kind of whiskey was he drinking in the film? Was it the Cuddy Sark, Rich? Was it Dewar's or was it J&B?
Oh, J&B locked in.
Yeah,
Locked
J&B.
in.
Damn it, you guys. You're right.
I know my whiskey.
It was 3. You know what? I'm gonna have to pour a little bit because things are going in a very
So in this random ass trivia right now, Jerry's taken 10 sips and we've taken 0.
I know this
So
is
Yeah,
just for everybody listening at home, I know people who listen to this podcast like to keep track of the number of sips we each take, and that's where we're at.
Rich, are people rooting for me or are they rooting against me? I just want to
What do
know
you think?
what's the consensus online? Like, what do you
They're
feel?
absolutely rooting against you.
Against me, right? I knew it.
You are the
Not
villain.
word yet, sir.
I knew it. They're against me. They're all hoping for 11, and I get it. That's what they're all hoping for. No,
Enough with the ones, man.
sorry.
You got me
No.
excited when you said
All
it
right,
was landing
listen.
on 11 last time.
It was.
You know what? He changes the numbers every time. So
I do. You know
So
what?
I feel like this is weighted towards 1 and 3.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me Let me adjust this thing for a second. Hold on. I'm not kidding. Like, no,
so
there's a tension on it. Let me adjust.
so while he's adjusting it, I'll give you guys a chance to plug really quick. So Josh, like, what do you got coming up? Anything you want to promote right now?
I mean, we got a lot coming up, man. I already told you about book 3. No, I'm pretty easy. Just again, stay tuned for Halloween. The army that we're building is insane. We're trying to publish, or we're trying to promote to, or ship and sell to a huge publisher. So if any publishers are listening, this thing is going to absolutely explode. I'm literally trying to create that's like you guys named it right on the head. I want to create the next Star Wars universe of, like, believe it or not, witches kind of thing. So like it's dude, you have no idea. FAWN, you got to read them and just stay tuned, get ready for it. My covens are going to explode. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, good stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, so Josh's books, they're anthologies, lots of short stories about various different topics, really good. And there's usually like you have like some poetry too, right? There's poems.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All Halloween based. Yeah. Where can we get them?
Thank you. Anywhere books are sold, Barnes and Noble, Amazon. You can request them anywhere. They're worldwide. Amazon's probably the easiest. If you have Prime, it's free shipping. You know what I mean? If you guys message me, I love signing stuff, especially free. And I got cool merch here. Oh, sorry, got it. Like,
yeah,
cool,
man, I got some cool merch. Hell yeah!
Right, cool keychain stickers. I know I sent you guys a bunch of stuff. I have new and more merch since t-shirts. Like, I'm going to create, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I want to launch the next like Goosebumps type thing, but the only difference is many of my worlds are going to be tied together and expanding in huge ways. So yeah, stay tuned. There's really exciting stuff.
Awesome. Well, look out for that. So let's get back to the drinking right now.
Yeah,
I think Jerry fixed the
I
wheel.
think I'm tuned up here. I think I got a nice free spin on it. I think you're going to see it spin a little quicker. So there we go. Look at that. Oh,
all right, there we go. That's a spin.
That's a spin right there.
And it lands on 1.
Oh, landed on 1. It's all right.
Dude, you hyped it up so much and it landed on 1 again. All right, you saw
that spin. You saw that spin. Okay.
It is a 1.
Right.
That's what we're going to do.
Listen, all right. So here's the question. We all love her. We're all huge fans. Linnea Quigley. What was her character's name? Was it Denise, Deb, or Tina?
I think
Denise,
it's Deb.
Locked in.
You think Denise? I was going to say
Denise.
Deb.
Locked in. Locked and loaded.
Oh, he seems very serious. All right, I'll go with Denise.
Everyone's in on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was thinking Deb the whole time. Damn. All right, you know what?
It is.
What do I fucking know?
Yeah. Well, what do you know? And let's
I've been wrong on most of these, so
let's get some good numbers here. That's it, man. All righty. Oh, 5. Okay, here we go.
Right.
All right. So this is good. So this could be the beginning of my comeback here. Okay. So Billy worked at a toy store. What was the name?
Got it. You don't even have to do a multiple choice.
Ira, right? FAWN, what is it? FAWN, do you know it?
Oh no, I'm just excited that Josh knows it.
I think it's Ira, right, Josh?
Ira's Toys. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I am fucked tonight.
16-0.
Josh is killing it.
It's funny, man. Don't tell my wife that I actually pay attention to things because she would swear otherwise. I love you, honey.
All right. I have one more question, and I'm like really reluctant, but I have one more question.
Spin the wheel.
This is it. I'm like nervous because like
maybe you'll get an 11, and this will be like an even keel.
You know what, though? No matter what it lands on, we still won. And that's all that matters. Winning is everything, and don't let anyone tell you different, kids.
If you're not first, you're last.
I just watched that for the first time the other day. I'd never seen that before. Yeah, I just watched it. Ricky Bobby.
Take and bake.
All right.
For 6.
For 6. For 6. In the beginning of the film, that fucked up Santa, he robbed that liquor store.
$31.
Fuck you, Josh.
Holy shit. Dude.
Oh my God, I got to take 6 sips. That's exactly right.
What was even the question? I don't even know what the
It's
question
going to be
was.
how much money did he get? 31, 32, or 33? He
I
nailed
don't
it.
know. A
Definitely
million?
31. Definitely 31.
Do you
Definitely
have a
31.
photographic memory?
This was the
Wow.
worst
Maybe.
cocktail
I have
party I've
no
ever
idea.
been to.
All right. So for those at home, Jerry did 22 sips. We did 0. We again are the big winners here. FAWN Winters, Josh Spero. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. FAWN, last chance to promote anything.
Join my TikTok streams, Chaotic Classroom, and I might be coming out with a sock line for Pilates that have cool designs. Sticky soles coming soon.
Is that the name? Sticky Souls?
Hmm.
I like that. Okay, cool. So you could follow us on Instagram at Horrorheads Podcast. Email us horrorheadspodcast at gmail.com. And that's it. Season 2 is
Fucking
a
wrap.
fucking wrap. Dude, like when we started this 2 years ago, no, we thought we'd do one episode, one and done, hate it, be terrible at it. And like, we're pretty much the best at it. And we just kept doing it. So we've done like over 50 episodes at this point. This is crazy. So this season 2, we got to talk about when we'll be back. Probably like end of January, early February. We're gonna come back. But yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Again, FAWN Winters, Josh Spero. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. This is really special to have you guys on. You guys are 2 of our favorite guests and a great friends of the show. So thank you both. Jerry, any parting words before we sign off for the new year?
Man, I just want to say it was a blast. It was a blast doing this with you, Rich. And look at me, I'm hanging out with Fawn. I'm hanging out with Josh. I mean, what else could I want in life? So,
And you're drunk.
and I'm drunk. The one thing I can guarantee is that we're gonna go harder and we're gonna go better for season 3. So, just get ready. Because we're gonna bring it.
All right, cool. Can't wait to bring it, and we'll catch you all later. Let's do one more cheers. I'm gonna do one more sip of the cuddy before I
just what I need.
All right, cheers, everybody. Woo.